Assalamu alaikum. Hi, Oracle Reiki spiritual healer. And, I want to, give you some examples of why I mimic my attitude towards, lean towards more like the angels. I like the way the angels behave. I like the way that, they answer questions. And so, I'm going to give you this example, and it's very funny because, the angels are very sarcastic, and, God has a sense of humor, but nobody came to play with you and stroke your ego to make you feel good. There are people who wish that I would come back home. But, God has told me to establish myself in another place away from these people who were attacking me. So let's understand, when we have this understanding that the angels told Abraham, that they were going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. And so Abraham said, well, there's a lot there. And they was like, well, we know who is there, and we're certainly going to save him. And just look at you. You're going to inform us of something that we already know? Okay. All right. So this is what we have an understanding with, people that like to confuse what they want with what the understanding of the matter. We have an understanding of the matter. We're coming to give you an understanding of the matter, of your behavior, of people's behavior that want you to act in alignment with what they want. So this is why, God separates certain chosen ones. This is why there is a misunderstanding that you want to align with the entity. You want someone that is going to, be a yes person. And so, God didn't tell me that I had to be a yes person. God told me that if you are in alignment with certain behaviors, I need to go ahead and move away from you. I need to go ahead, if you do not like me, if you do not like the gifts that God has given me, and I can see you aligning against me, then I'm supposed to go ahead and move away from you before, there is altercation. There is differences that break out, just like between Abraham and Lot, his cousin. So with this understanding that, we have a lot of people who live in regret because they want other people's behavior to line up with what they want. And that's not what God told me. God told me to speak in a just manner to men and women, to speak the truth, even if it's against my own people. Okay? So if you're not understanding that you have been consumed by the truth, you have to be consumed by the truth. The truth is a double-edged sword. No matter who it comes from. No matter if it is a female and, you think that she is all cute and fuzzy. And women aren't cute. They're beautiful. Okay. A lot of people have this understanding that you would demand a behavior from women that are not your mother, that are not your daughters. You would demand a behavior because of what you want to see, what has been given to you in society, what you like. I'm not here to give you what you like. I'm not here to stroke your ego. This is the reason why I left where I was from. because, they have this, identity crisis that, you're a female, you're supposed to serve me. And I have, the truth in my mouth. You're not the person that you are saying that you are. You are not the leader or protector. You're in my house. You're in my space. If I was not, regulating this situation, if I wasn't managing this situation, you would fall down and go boom. And just look at you. Okay. So this is why I don't dress my attitude up, because I like to be in alignment with the angels, that I'm here to relay a message. I'm here to tell you the truth, whether you like it or not, how I put it. I'm here. We're going to destroy Lot's place over here because they suck. Okay, that. Now we can say it in many different ways. But I'm not concerned with how you are taking the truth. I'm not concerned with how I have to put the truth in order for you to accept that, that's your problem, that you don't like what I said. That's your problem, that you want me to be in alignment with other women the way that you have them aligned in your mind with the entity. Then they're not going to speak to you in the way that I am. Not on my channel. They're not going to speak the truth to you because you would rather align with the entity where, the women, is supposed to be, meek and silent. And just look at you. So that means that you're not held accountable. That means that you don't get to hear the truth in the spaces in your home because it upsets you. You don't get to hear the truth where we are talking about the holy books and how it is supposed to be applied to your life in business, in your relationships, in marriages, in courting, your character. We're not talking about dating. We're not talking about being in alignment with the entity, but you say that you're spiritual, so that means that you don't align with everything that God says for you. That's what that means. So I run a spiritual channel, and this is what that means. That means that everything on my channel is not going to align with what the preachers and the imams say, because, it is a lot of it is not aligned with God. It's aligned with what they want, the behavior of the European, the behavior of, male chauvinism. So this is why we're not going there. We're not going there on my channel. Either you pick it up or leave it alone. It has nothing to do with, what you want. It has nothing to do with, I'm having a problem. It has nothing to do with my time of the month. It has something to do that I'm going to tell you the truth. And you can go look it up for yourself. We can have a conversation about it. And I invite you all to have the conversation with me. It has nothing to do about aligning with what you're used to. Of course, I sound a certain way. But that doesn't mean that I'm like that. Of course, a lot of you are used to the way that the entity has given to you. That the woman should be, she need to be quiet. It's hurting you. Okay. So that's why that we have an understanding that we need to get better at holding each other accountable. Okay. I'm not going to attack you. I can agree to disagree. But a lot of the males cannot agree to disagree when they are wrong. A lot of them keep coming back to my channel and trying to get me to align with, biblical misogyny. because that's what the entity has given them all of their life. That's what they would readily give their daughters and their wives over into, a misogynist male. And we see that with the Diddy, and we see that, with the R. Kelly dude. And this is a lot of the reason why I don't even, listen to a lot of the music, because it's a lot of misogyny in it, directed at women, when these same men do not address men. They do not address the men who own the land. They do not address the men that make the laws. They do not address the men who are in our community doing foul things in our community to the young women and to the women that come in those places that, just want to shop. They don't hold each other accountable, but they want to address the attitude and the behavior of women to align to what they're used to. Not on this channel. Not on this channel. Like I say, I treat people with the respect. But, I have a tendency to call a spade a spade. And if that type of understanding and knowledge consumes you so that you want to attack me in any kind of way, then, I'm just going to give you the truth. I have to give you the truth from what the holy books say. I have to give you the truth that I have experienced, and I have to give you the truth, from what is being exposed in society, what, a lot of the men turn from. They turn from other men. They run from other men, and they run and hide behind the women and say, there she go. She's going to protect me. She's going to, protect my ego from being bruised and other men from attacking me. She is going to, no, not anymore. That's what our parents taught. That's not what we're doing here. You're going to, be checked by other men. You're going to be checked by the truth. You're going to be checked by what God has sent down, whether it be a male or female who is giving you the truth. In whatever kind of, attitude that they can give it to you in. It doesn't have to be nice. And again, I ask you a question. Is the hellfire nice? Is the fire nice? So this is how we have an understanding of the truth. It consumes falsehood, and it really exposes people for who they are. It exposes the men and the women for supporting these types of behaviors in society, where they think that they can control how people, are emotionally, how they react. They think that they can control people the way that they want to see them, what society has given them. And society has given them falsehood. So, and this is why it is consumed by the fire, and falsehood will always be consumed. So this is our understanding. It exposes people. Please reach out to me if you have a different understanding of the truth, being like a double-edged sword with society, men or women, then please reach out to me and we can have, a conversation about it. Leave me a comment so that we can have a conversation about it. You can book your one-on-one sessions with me. Like, share, and subscribe to all of my channels. Donate to my channel. And I really appreciate all of your support. I thank you for all of your support and reaching out to me with your issues, with your problems. Book your one-on-one sessions with me so that I can acclimate a gift to your situation. I'm High Oracle, Reiki spiritual healer. Assalamu alaikum.